Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's pick a card messages are messages from the animal kingdom. If we're paying attention, we are always being guided, whether it's by invisible forces or actual physical, tangible things or beings like the animals. And I've been feeling really strongly like a lot of people are receiving wisdom and guidance and messaging and having animal visitors show up in their sphere of awareness, crossing their path. And I feel like they're all trying to guide us right now. So that's what these messages are about. What are the animal kingdom trying to tell us? How are they guiding us? What do we need to know? What strengths do we need? What challenges do we need to face? And essentially, how do we overcome all those things so that we can be moving towards our best and highest good and towards the best things and situations for us with their help? So have a look at the thumbnail, look at the images and see which one it is that you're drawn to. And I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. So I already pulled your card and I have looked at it, but we are also going to look at it together now. And it's Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. So you are being guided right now by the Black Jaguar. They're trying to get your attention. You may even start to begin to notice artwork with jaguars in it, or something on a YouTube video, on TV. There's all kinds of ways that this energy could start showing up for you in your life. Pay attention. It's guiding you. It wants to get your attention in those moments. There's also a big suggestion here that you are very spiritually tapped in, even if you're not aware that you are. You're likely somebody who channels higher wisdom, even if you don't realize that's what you're doing. Like, you're divinely inspired quite often. You probably have a strong intuition, some psychic abilities, and you're being asked at this time to start utilizing these gifts and talents to navigate some sort of dream and to be inspired. So call in Black Jaguar energy, especially if you're feeling void right now or you're not sure what to do, because they are absolutely available to you and likely one of your guides at this time. You also have these powers and naturally, the talents and the traits and the strengths of the Black Jaguar, even if you're feeling very disconnected from them at the moment. So maybe take some time to have a look into what Black Jaguar brings spiritually, what their symbolism is, because you're likely being asked to lean on these things at this time to cultivate some sort of dream. Okay, let's pull some more cards. I keep thinking and feeling compass. I keep thinking of a compass. Like, visually, I'm seeing that. And so I feel like you're somebody who is being directed towards particular things. There's some sort of call to action. It's sort of like facing your true north at this time. And I feel like there's a sense of, I don't know which way to go. Like, I'm looking at this compass and I'm not sure how to navigate the situation and the best direction to take. And I think that you are naturally being guided. Might be a little bit of a block there from spirit on how to navigate this. Like, they want to be your compass. So there's a bit of an energy of surrender for me, for some of you guys, like letting go of what you think it should look like and allowing. But we'll see what comes up for you guys. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Yeah, that energy of trusting where you're being led and guided, especially if it does seem a little strange or out of left field, or it evokes a little bit of fear, right? They always say if we're not a little bit afraid of our dreams and they're not big enough, remind yourself of that, message 1, because you are being asked to take a leap of faith. But it almost feels like feeling directionless and not trusting the niggle to pull, because this is coming on the side of challenge. So pay attention to grasshopper as well. Grasshoppers are harbingers of good luck. So when you see them, think about, what was I thinking? What was I feeling? What ideas was I having? What was I contemplating? Even what was I looking at? Because there's likely to be messages in that. Because you're being asked to take a leap of faith and trust right now with instinct, with that Black Jaguar instinct, with the trust in your own intuition and navigational system. Like, you are your own compass. Dog spirit. And this is coming on the side of like direct spiritual guidance. Be loyal to what you love. That's that energy of trusting your intuition, trusting where you're being led, not second guessing it, not questioning it, not fearing, is it the wrong choice decision? Is this the wrong direction? You know, getting too much in the energy of what if. You're definitely being asked to be loyal to who you are, authentically what you are, to trust your instincts, to call in these positive animal energies, to pay attention to them when they cross your path, because they are absolutely guiding you at this time to build something, some kind of dream. And it just feels like a new beginning too. I'm definitely getting strong energy around career for many of you and trying something, maybe entrepreneurial things as well. And the numbers 30 and 19, I'm noticing them as well. Those could be significant for you moving forward. Okay. Yeah, it's this be loyal to what you love. We all are at risk of saying no to the big scary dream because it never feels possible to us. We can't see how we're possibly going to be able to make it happen. We tend to hyper focus on why we can't have it and the things standing in our way. I feel like that's part of the equation here for you, which it all comes back to that energy of trust. Trust where you're being led. Take that leap of faith, because this is on the side of challenge, suggesting you have been sort of sitting on these things, these ideas, these wants, desires, dreams, wavering a little bit. And Black Jaguar here is to snap you out of that and say, no, no, no. Let me lead you. Let me guide you. We've got this. You have my traits. You have my powers. Let's do this together. Okay, that was a whole pile of cards, so we're not going to take that. I get a very, very strong spiritual energy here, though, for my Group 1 choosers. You are far more intuitive than you realize. You have more powerful instincts than you realize. Like, you're entirely capable. But it feels like there's a bit of a disconnect there for some of you. Not trusting yourself enough. I keep an old soul, right? I almost wonder if some of you have had, whether you realize it or not, past life trauma, where you're holding on to this imprint of fear or lack, and you can't quite figure out why it has such a hold on you. Maybe doing a deep dive into past life meditation could be helpful or beneficial for some of you, because you are old soul. You've walked this earth many times before. Like, you've been in the all of it, the ups and the downs of it, the good and the bad of it, right? I just feel like not only do you have superpowers to bring back from the past, but you've also got wounds that may need to be healed. I almost wonder too if some of that is an experience of having put your faith and trust into particular people and situations only to have been literally quite burned by that. This is general. That won't resonate with all of you. But I almost wonder if some of you have flashbacks about really scary things happening as a result of you following your true north, your light, especially if it's a spiritually based thing that you want to do or create. Witchy energy like that. Those witches burned at the stake. For some reason, I'm feeling that. Okay, we've got the World. Wow, the Magician. Spirit really, really wants you to take a leap of faith and trust in your own magic and your own power, and to understand that maybe where things have not been working out for you before, they're beginning to now. The tide is turning. The world is kind of like orchestrating things and aligning things with synchronicity in your favor. Okay, we've got the Lovers in reverse here. This could be an energy that really trips you up and causes problems for you. Navigating a dream, wanting to cultivate something. Ace of Swords, I like to see that. The Emperor in reverse, okay. Ooh, okay, Eight of Wands. All right, so my Black Jaguar message 1 choosers. I want to tell you that I know that you're not feeling it right now, but you've got a lot of spiritual, magical support surrounding you. Divine timing is definitely at play, and you're coming into that in a really positive way right now, where I don't think that was the case for you before. Things are really lining up synchronistically. If you notice them, if you can take a step back, the world on your side. Magic, power, embodying it, trusting it, because I do think there's a disconnect there. Centrally, mentally feeling a little stuck and frustrated, limiting beliefs, patterns. I really do think because you are an old soul and you've walked many lives, I think there's some deep-seated wounds there that may actually need to be lifted out and healed out, because I think they act as blocks. The Lovers in reverse, suggesting lack of support, maybe some emotional upheaval in your situation, in your romantic life, not feeling supported, loved, seen, connected. This could also be due to something in the past where you were always lacking that support or were burned by a lover. And it's causing a lot of mental strife, needing to get clear mentally. I do think that's on the cards for you, because this is Ace of Swords is upright, suggesting that anything holding you back at this time, whether it's in a current love situation or it's lack of support, connection, and community from the past, is about to be resolved. You're coming out of hardship around these things. And if you haven't been able to navigate how to heal a situation in partnership, in love, and romance, that's also on the table for you. This feels like it's all coming up for you to shift in a positive way. But needing to trust yourself, needing to believe in your dreams, needing to follow the threads that are pulling at you and whispering to you to move in a particular direction, and being loyal to it. Especially when we've got the Emperor and the Eight of Wands coming here under that dog spirit of be loyal to what you love. The Emperor suggests, because it's in the reverse, there's a bit of lack of structure and stability around you right now, needing to really create a blueprint, having a plan in place. I actually think it will make you feel a lot better about navigating situations, especially the unknown, especially where you're being called to go do something different, to cultivate a new path forward. Because you've got fast moving energy that's going to come in. It's fiery, it's passionate, it's inspired, opportunistic. But if you don't feel structured, sorted, healing out certain situations, limiting beliefs, and creating a really good, strong plan, and staying loyal to that plan and committed to it, this opportunity could pass you by. I just feel like that's a bit of a heads up from Spirit to be mindful of that, because you've got a lot of good energy, powerful energy, spiritual energy, supportive energy coming your way. It's magical. It's asking you to trust. There's good juju. There's really good juju that wants to come your way. So being ready for this and healing anything that blocks or stops you from following your inspired ideas, from implementing solutions around discord, disconnect, or problems in love connections or with, friendship groups or community. I do get this strong sense that for some of you, you're dealing with this stuff like wounds from past lives. So you're like, I just can't sort this out within me. Like, why is this so tripped up? I really think you would benefit from maybe either doing a past life reading and regression and some meditation, asking for help to heal out what's been. The past is gone. You don't need to bring that forward. Only the good things that you learned from past lives, the talents, the gifts. Bring those back and release all the rest. You don't live there anymore. This card flipped over. We've got Kangaroo. It's Archangel's Roquil. Oh gosh, I can't say these. It's Sandalphone. I'm not sure how to say this one. Gersissa. It says Kangaroo, be a force for good. So another animal spirit showing up for you right now is the kangaroo spirit. And it's funny because that's coming up next to that challenge card of leap of faith. And kangaroos are always bounding and leaping, right? It really feels like this energy of we're really trying to propel you forward. We're really trying to get you to trust. Also, that energy of leaping and bounding is fun. It's joyful. There's something to that as well. But being a force of good, you have a lot of power, and how you use it is entirely up to you. Allowing your light to shine authentically and being loyal to what you love is the only way forward for you, message one. Lean into that force of good that you naturally are. Be that light, because you are it. And I think that you're somebody who's a light for others a lot of the time. But there is some stuff here that has been tripping you up. That disconnect from self, not being sure which way to go or how to navigate. Not trusting your abilities, your strengths, your talents. And I also think pains from the past, fears with these pains from the past that need to be healed out. Pig energy, Archangels Mary, Gabriel and Uriel. Maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Yeah. That I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can manage this. I don't know if I'm good enough. Do I have all the tools, all the gifts, all the things you do? Message one. You're very, very powerful. That Black Jaguar, being the central energy, being that old soul. You have so many gifts and talents that I think that could be brought out from your past life energies, but we have to clear those blocks away first. And I do think that there's energies in this lifetime with some of you that are really affecting your self-esteem and your self-worth. Not only do you have the ability to call on these animal energies right now to help you, to guide you, to give you the best aspects of their traits, but you've got these archangels too that want to help you. Mary, Gabriel, Uriel, Roquiel, Sandalphon. Like, I just feel like you have a ridiculous amount of support around you right now, whether you realize it or not. I don't know that that's entirely true for you in the physical realm, but you absolutely do in the spiritual realm. I'm getting highly regarded too. I think that you're somebody that's highly regarded. Whether you get to know that and people actually express that to you, how much they appreciate you or how highly regarded you are, might not be true for you, but you are. We all like to get some validation from time to time and hear it from others. And I think like that might be a thing that you're lacking as well, like support in that way, that validation, like somebody coming up to you and saying, I see you, I respect you, and I thank you because you are a light. You are appreciated. I feel like that's missing for some of you. Now we've got some cat energy, and this is what ending off this reading. And what I love is that it started with the cat energy and we're ending with a cat energy. It says, you are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Oof. Message one, I love that for you guys. You are this. Self-esteem, work on that right now. Self-worth, staying loyal to what you love no matter what anybody says or what they think, healing out pains from the past, and I'm talking past lives for some of you. Looking at the company you keep, I do think as well, message one, being mindful of your connections. Are they serving you? Are they helping you? I feel like there's some mental clarity around what to do about this. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. I think it is for some of you, but for others, I think it's about emotional well-being for you. And moving towards the things and the people and the situations that are gonna show you how much they love and care for you and appreciate you. There's multiple things going on here, but I think you're gonna have mental clarity around what to do. You just have to trust it. You have to lean in and believe it. Independent. Yeah. Really being asked to step up and cultivate a dream right now. Message one, you're being guided massively. I feel like you have a huge spirit team around you because you are quite connected in to the divine, to the spiritual realm, to that God source energy. You are very much being helped by the animal kingdom and by many, many angels. And you probably second guess it. You're probably not trusting it, but that's exactly what you're being asked to do, because you can create a dream and you're meant to shine a light, be a healer of sorts for others, whether it's through words, deeds, your own spiritual gifts. The time is coming, and it's now for you to start cultivating this sort of energy for yourself, to start recreating yourself and creating a new dream. I'm blabbering on. I apologize. I'm just feeling so many different things for you guys. All right. I'm going to leave that there. Of course, use your own intuition to discern what these messages mean for you and not just what I say, because this is general. And so for you, if you look at any one of these cards or one of the messages on them and it feels different to you, trust yourself, because this is part of the equation for you. You are very intuitive. Start trusting yourself, and you are meant to begin cultivating a new dream. And you have a big calling, I think a higher calling here, message one, and it's time to start leaning into it and healing out the things that are stopping you from doing just that, taking that leap of faith. I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message two. You chose the second image of the humpback whale. And when I shuffled the cards, that is the card that came out for you guys. Humpback whale singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. So this speaks to so many things. So first thing it speaks to is that you have a higher calling, that your soul is whispering to you at this time that it's time to make a shift and a change, that you have a superpower when it comes to voice. So this could be that you actually should be doing something with singing, that music is a part of your soul's blueprint in some way, whether it speaks to you and gives you messages and you receive messages through music and song, or you are somebody who can do that for others, bring about healing for them through music or song or word. Communication. Humpback whales are very connected to communication. So this shows up for those that are good at writing and speaking as well. All of these things could be energies that are surrounding you right now and wanting you to do something with them. There's also a suggestion here that many of you will find healing in song and in music. It brings you messages from the divine. It supports you. It shows you the way. It provides synchronicities in some ways, as well as healing with water. So you're somebody that could benefit from being near the lakes and the oceans, especially, right? Because whales are in the oceans. Saltwater baths could be something that's very healing for you as well. This is telling you that nothing should be stopping you from your goal, and that it's time now to align with your purpose and your power that's in your soul. So I think maybe some of you might even be experiencing a spiritual awakening. It's this feeling of, I just don't know that this whole 9 to 5 gig resonates with me anymore. You know, my soul is feeling restless and in need of a change. I have all these inspired ideas that are coming to me, or urges to do different things, but there's fear there holding me back. I also think this card shows up for those of us that are healers, usually with some form of communication or creative gift or talent, like with music or writing or things like that. But it can show up in many ways. You can be a Reiki healer. Bee spirit. Nice. Sweet results await. So I'm wondering if some of you have received an inkling of some sort, like an idea, an inspiration. And you're just, an opportunity, maybe even for some of you. And this is suggesting that sweet results await for you to say yes to something. It's likely something out of the ordinary. Maybe it scares you a little bit, but Bee Spirit's here to tell you that it's time to take the plunge, essentially, and go for it. Trust yourself. Trust that song in your soul. We all have a soul song that pulls us in a particular direction. It's coming in the side of challenges, so that it definitely is suggesting that there's some fear. I'm also noticing the number 7. That could be important for many of you. 7 is a very, very spiritual number, and often can tell us when we're on the right track or when we're spiritually aligned with what's true for us. So pay attention to 7s, as well as any artwork, imagery that you get when that has to do with whales coming across your path. What were you thinking about? What were you feeling? What ideas were coming to you? And as well as bees. Seeing bees as well. They're going to be messengers. They're speaking to you right now. They're guiding you. Look up their symbolism as well. I think that will be really helpful for you guys. Wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. We've got a 67 there, so we've got another 7. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I think some of you have received some inspiration, some divine downloads. You're definitely being guided. But I don't know that you're doing anything with it. It might be that you're sitting on a little bit because there's some fear, because it means doing something completely different, taking some kind of a risk. I think that you're absolutely being urged to do that and to trust it, because it would be showing up for you now if you weren't ready for it, even if you don't feel like you are, or even if it evokes some fear. It says sweet results await. But I mean, I mentioned this in message 1 as well. We all get so caught up in the what ifs of everything, and we tend to lean into the worst case scenarios. What if I fail? What if I fall on my face? What if financially it's not stable? What if I'm judged harshly? Like, instead of like, what if this is the best decision I ever made and it leads me to the happiest possible outcome that I could have ever imagined, right? We want to lean into that more. Easier said than done, I know. But also pay attention to wolf spirit. Again, it doesn't have to be physically crossing your path, though I suppose it could be for some. It could be in artwork. It can be in other tarot videos. It can be on TV. Anyway, in any way, shape, or form, when it shows up for you, it's guiding you. And you know, wolves are also very connected to community, like the pack. You know, you can either survive as a lone wolf or in a pack. It's entirely up to you. But I feel like something about your gifts and talents will help others in a very big way. Okay. 5 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Nice, the Empress. That makes so much sense with that whale energy. And we've got 8 of Cups in reverse. The Chariot. There's a lot of yellow in here. Yellow is connected to the solar plexus and the sun, solar energy, purpose, passion, power, masculine energy, the thing that drives us, being motivated and follow through, just to let you know, because I think there's something to that here with how much yellow is showing up. Ooh, okay, we've got the Devil in reverse. Okay, sorry, I just had this strange thought here with this card coming out in the reverse. Okay, all right. Okay, message 2. It looks like you've gone through it. I think that I can see why maybe some of you have had some challenges with, you know, leaning into your power and aligning with your purpose, lacking support. I think that you've been surrounded by a lot of conflict too, not seeing eye to eye with people, mentally feeling a bit defeated. I almost wonder if some of you have had some truths delivered by others or came to some sort of wisdom or understanding around others that was very hard and hurtful and emotionally destabilizing, and you've had to deal with that, and it's caused you to feel more set back, second guessing yourself. But we've got victory here. There's a way through whatever this conflict's been. You've got 4 of Wands, which is victory, right? You've got a happy family. You've got a happy couple back there. So if some of you have been going through challenges and turmoil in a relationship, not seeing eye to eye, and it's had a lot of conflict, there is a resolution on the cards here for you that will help you get back to center and focusing once again on your passion and your purpose. But I definitely think you've gone through it. Victory has not quite been had for you, and you have been dealing with turmoil and conflict, especially in connections, relationships, or situations with many people where there's a lot of bumping heads and not seeing eye to eye. Maybe in a career situation for some of you, you're like, I just can't do this anymore. This is just too much. But this is suggesting with that 4 of Wands here, where there's a will, there's a way. There is a way through this harder, heavier energy that you've had to deal with or are having to deal with, where there's victory. Empress, this is embodying you. And that makes so much sense with being like a healer of sorts, somebody who's very connected to water and emotions, feminine energy of intuition, creativity, nurturing. I think you embody all of this. And there's a call right now to lean into this part of yourself as much as you possibly can. And you've got that backing support of all this yellow energy of solar fire, like being able to embody Empress energy, nurturing, intuition, creativity, all that kind of beautiful, softer energy with the backing of the solar energy of saying, okay, now I know I am this. I'm leaning into this aspect of myself, male or female, it does not matter. And I'm going to run with it, which is that masculine energy. So there's this feeling of like being brought into balance, these energies for you, that you're capable of that. But I feel like your superpower is that softer side. Intuitive, really good with words, very wise, very much a healer, has something in their voice that just pulls people in that's so positive. But emotionally, with the 8 of Cups in reverse, there's something that needs to be walked away from. Something to do with this conflict energy over here for many of my group 2 choosers. If it was upright, right, we'd be suggesting, what do you need to walk away from? I'm almost wondering if some of you are or have just made a decision to emotionally walk away from something that's no longer serving you, or that's the big ask right now, to trust that walking away from this conflict is the victory for you. But either way, there's some sort of like emotional dissonance within you that is causing you to stay in a situation that's not serving you anymore, whether this is in love or career. I do think for some of you, it might have to do more with career. And it's making it really hard for you to move forward and turn this knowledge that you have into wisdom, this truth that I think some of you have come into or are about to. Either way, the big ask is to embody the energies of the Empress, that beautiful, powerful, nurturing, loving, healer type energy who's very connected to spirit, to higher mind, to divine wisdom, and emotionally walk away from what is just no longer serving you. I like that it's in reverse because it kind of makes me feel like many of you are going to do this, especially with these energies coming out here under that turn knowledge into wisdom. It's like fast moving energies. The tides start to turn massively where there's been strife and conflict and frustration. It's all going to change around. It's all going to turn around, right? Anything that you were stuck on, emotionally not able to walk away from, almost like an addiction. I just don't know how to leave this, make a positive change for myself. Not anymore. With the devil in reverse, it suggests you overcome that. You essentially beat that devil on the shoulder, right? You know, that idea of we have an angel on one and a devil on the other. It's almost like you turn and face it. You're like, I'm done with you. I am following my heart, my soul. I'm moving away from these toxic situations, and opportunities are going to come in quickly, and I'm going to say yes to them because I'm moving out of this stuck in the heavier, harder energies, the patterns and cycles and addictive behaviors and patterns that just aren't serving me anymore. And that is how I feel you will be turning this knowledge that comes through for you into wisdom rather. I don't know why, but I don't know if this is going to be a message for some of you, but I keep music, strings, like violin, cello, that kind of music is in my head right now. I don't know why. I wonder maybe if some of you like that kind of music or you play that kind of music, if that's a particular message for you in a way that I can't possibly understand, but I'm just letting you know that I'm feeling that right now and I'm not sure why, so I'm just going to say it. That was the bottom card. All right. Rhinoceros, be strong and courageous. Archangels Sandalphone and Roquia. So these are angel helpers that you can call at this time. Rhinoceros is also a spirit animal guiding you right now, giving you their energy, their traits, their positive aspects that you can lean in on at this time. So being strong and courageous is what you're being asked to do, to pull this part out of you as best you can. And you know what I love? That yellow energy that I couldn't stop thinking about or talking about, that I was really sucked in to with that solar fire masculine energy, but needing to embody that Empress energy, that feminine, connected to the moon, nurturing, creative, intuitive. That's exactly the colors that are here. It's like the yin yang energy coming into balance, right? And I do think perhaps for many of you, it is the intuitive part of yourself that has maybe been shut down as of late, and it needs to be brought back up. Even though this is saying being strong and courageous, right? Because that's the solar fire. That's that more masculine energy. It almost feels like having a flip-flop, feeling like sometimes you can be in one type of energy and others you can be in the other energy, but you've never been able to find that balance. But I feel like this is what's coming for you, this balancing out, this new way of being, kind of like really fully in your power. Oh, we've got more water energy. Be joyful and trusting. It's turtle energy, and it's Archangel Jules. So more spirit guides, more animal spirit guides coming in to help you. Turtles are really good at navigating too. They carry their home on their backs, right? They can go anywhere. They're adaptable. There's something to that here for you guys as well that I'm feeling. But that water energy, I wonder if some of you are water signs. Let me know in the comments below. I feel like waters can be super healing for you. Even if it's just having a salt bath, throwing some salt in your bath and just soaking. I feel like it would bring really good, positive, peaceful energy to you. Be joyful and trusting. Turn knowledge into wisdom. You're really being guided right now, message 2, towards your true north, your higher calling, your passion, your purpose. You need to sort out some of the hardships down here, most definitely, and finding a way to embody both that masculine and feminine in the most balanced way that you can, so that you don't miss potential opportunities that are coming up for you, because it does feel like that. I do feel like you're going to be able to emotionally finally walk away from something that's been holding you back, this conflict energy. Victory is on the cards. As it says, sweet results await. It feels like things are being very much aligned for you right now, message 2. It's just about trusting it and saying yes to it. Oh my gosh, we've got more water energy here. It's happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Sea otter. They are so fun to watch. They are so joyful. I highly recommend that my message to choosers do some healing with water and music. Maybe both, almost like water bowls. And I can't think of what it's called when they put water in a bowl and they take the thing and they make a noise with it. I think that could be very healing for a lot of you. But just water in general, put yourself in it, put yourself around it. I think it's going to bring a lot of clarity and healing. This is saying that making time for joy and trust and playfulness is going to up-level your energy in a really positive way, releasing expectations. Trusting in your heart and your soul's calling and getting back on track is all in the cards for you right now. I do think that you guys should look at some of these animal energies to see what they symbolize and how they may be trying to show you the way. But I really think that many of you are sitting on some ideas, some inspirations, some callings, ignored or not trusted. It could be due to, conflict in connections, whether in work or love, because this is saying destiny of love is sure. And that could be to finding love in community, in a new career. But for some of you, it could be romantic love as well. But I think these things have affected your choices and have maybe created a situation where delayed gratification, delaying following your soul's path, following your calling, doing particular things, right? Because getting caught up in that aspect of your life, it's time to look at those energies, message 2, and make a choice rather to release what's no longer serving you, whether that's people, situations, career things, and take a leap of faith into a new direction, because you have positive results awaiting you if you do. But I'd say first off, do some healing work for yourself. Make happiness and joy a priority. The way that it will up-level your energy will be exponential. And it opens up doors for us. All of us take that for granted. Like it's not a useful thing or a productive thing to make joyfulness and happiness a priority. But it's so expansive for us as souls. Okay, I'm rambling on, so I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. And I really want to say, give yourself over to some healing energy with water and music right now. Because I feel like it's going to expand something. It's going to bring in some new opportunities and help you clear away conflict and things that are not serving you right now and make different choices. It just feels like it's going to spring you forward into a whole new beginning, new life situation. Quite profound. All right, guys, I really am going to leave that there. Take care. Hello, message 3. So you chose the third image of the bear, and I did look at this card because I shuffled out the bear for you guys. And it says Black Bear, Guardian. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. And there's also a frog in there, which is connected to healing. And there's little chickadees as well. So I would say look at the significance of some of these other animal energies here, because they're likely important for you as well. So if this is showing up for you, there's a couple things likely going on. Some of you are feeling a little bit insecure right now about your life situation, especially as it pertains to home, family, children, emotional connections, not feeling particularly secure or safe right now. And this is showing up to let you know that you are being protected, that you are watched over, that you are not only surrounded by protectors and guardians in the spiritual realm, but also in the animal realm. You have a natural connection to bear energy. Look up what their symbolism is and what they mean for you, because I feel like they're trying to give you their wisdom and show you the way forward as well. I think that whether you realize it or not, because this is suggesting that you may be lacking confidence right now and feeling a little bit disempowered and intuitively blocked, you are a natural protector for others. You make people feel safe. And you likely have a natural ability to make people feel like they can be themselves around you. Like whatever they say or do is safe with you. And that mama bear energy comes to mind, and you don't have to be a female for that to be true. You know, there's lots of papa bears that are protective too. Either way, I think that this is suggesting that you are safe and protected, even if it doesn't feel like that right now, that what you're worrying about and fretting about is going to work itself out, that you can relax your barriers a little bit, and it's time to unblock your intuition, right? And it's likely that it's been blocked because of these fears and worries, really getting caught up in anxiety and fear about the what if energy, what's coming, what do I do, how do I solve this, how do I keep everybody safe. A strong sense of responsibility shows up for me for here, for with this card coming up for you guys too, that you're likely somebody who takes on a lot of burdens, a heavy load all the time, right? Carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders like it's yours to fix. Being mindful of that right now. Message 3, because it's not all yours to fix, even if it feels like it is. I'm noticing that little bug back there. I don't know what it is, but now I have to look at it. I think it's a bee. There's a little bee up there. Or is it a mosquito? It could be a mosquito. That energy of like sometimes life bites a little bit or stings a little bit, but you're entirely capable of turning this situation where you're feeling a little bit insecure and not stable and fearful around home life situations with worry. Just worry. I'm just getting a lot of worry here for you guys. But there's healing that wants to show up for you as well, because we've got that frog energy in there as well. Okay. All right, let's pull some more cards. All right. I do wonder if some of you, are parents and there's some worries and fears and concerns around children right now. That could definitely be a thing. It's general, so that's not going to resonate with all of you. But just a lack of feeling secure and stable in the home, in the area of home, and love connections, emotional connections feels like a thing. Okay. We've got Trust the Magic White Raven Spirit coming on the side of challenge, and we've got the number 66 up there. People are always afraid of 6s, but really 6s just connect to where there needs to be harmony and balance. It can let you know when there isn't. So this fear, right? Trusting the magic, White Raven Spirit, very spiritual, kind of suggesting that even though you can't see it, Spirit really does have your back. You are being protected and guarded. You're safer than you realize right now. Like some of your fears, I feel like some of them are warranted based on some of the things you might be going through, but I just keep coming back to, I feel like it's going to sort itself out. You'll be able to come to some sort of resolution, trusting the magic. I almost wonder if some of you guys are going to receive answers or a way through or forward your situation that might be difficult right now out of the blue or out of nowhere. But it's going to have been divinely orchestrated for you guys. We've got 2 bird energies here. Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Okay, bit of a heads up. If you are not in a place to, excuse me, speak your truth in a way that it's going to land on others and they'll receive it well, take a step back and wait till you can sort yourself out. I'm getting the feeling like anger, right? But that red color in there with the parrot. Watch your words, right? So being mindful to not use biting words, allowing yourself to get a little too aggressive with your situation and saying something that you can't take back eventually. Being assertive is okay, absolutely. Speaking truth is okay too. It's how we do it, right? So I think there's a little bit of a heads up for that with you. And I think it's honestly coming from a place of worry and fear and this insecurity. Some of you might even be going through some emotional turmoil with a romantic partner, or, not seeing it eye to eye to how to deal with particular things on the home front, finances, children. But this trust the magic, trust that there's solutions that are going to show up for you. And it's almost going to feel like magic the way that they do. Like, is this too good to be true, or will this work to sort the situation out? Yeah, but needing to unblock your intuition, soften your energy a little bit. It feels like a positive thing that you could do. Message 3. Let's pull some tarot cards. Definitely feels like there's a need for some healing, though, on the home front in some kind of way. I don't know why, but I feel like for a lot of you, it might be with romantic partners, connected to children. We've got a lot of bird energy here too. Message 3 with the chickadees there, the parrot there, and the white raven there. So mental energy, right? It's all connected to air. Maybe being in your head a whole lot right now. Yeah, okay. 5 of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands. Something's definitely going to come in quickly. It's inspired. It's divinely inspired. It's opportunistic. It's some sort of resolution. 2 of Swords in reverse. Wow, another 2. 2 of Wands upright. There's a huge need for balance here for my message 3. Is the Devil in reverse. That's a good one to see in reverse. And the Empress. Wow. Okay. I like that here. I like where we're going here. Message 3. Oops. Okay. Let's talk about this. With the 5 of Cups in reverse, that's a good card to see in reverse. It suggests no longer being emotionally hung up, stuck on what didn't work out, the pain around that, the frustration around that, right? And ignoring the 2 cups that are upright waiting for you. There's this opportunity with this Knight of Wands coming out with the 5 of Cups in reverse for a big shift and change, emotional well-being, healing, inspiration, opportunity, a way through, something magical with that white raven, like spiritually and divinely orchestrated coming up for you. And you're going to want to be in a good headspace to receive it, because centrally we've got the opposite of that showing up, right? We've got 2 of Swords in reverse, suggesting feeling really mentally stuck, frustrated, caught in the anxieties and the fears, the what if energy, the worry, really living in your head and having your intuition be blocked. When there's a positive new beginning that's passionate and inspired and healthy and healing for you that wants to show up, right? But being tentative about it, not knowing if, should I stay, should I go? Can I move forward? I have this idea. I've got the world in my hand. The opportunities came. I emotionally let go of what's been, but I'm here and I'm stuck and I'm not sure if it's safe for me to step out and do this thing and follow this thing. This is where you want to get really clear and sorted into that energy of trust, that spirit really has your back. I feel like that so much. I should have said that, but I've been feeling it since this card was pulled, that spirit really has your back, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. And the Devil and the Empress. The Devil in reverse, suggesting coming out of a cycle, a bad pattern, bad habits, addictive behaviors, whether it's like, fighting and using biting and cutting words, that, you know, creating more conflict and arguments. This can shift. This is about to shift, and it wants to, and it's suggesting that it will, and moving more into that Empress energy, that softer side of nurturing, intuition coming back online, no longer feeling blocked, feeling fulfilled, back to your center. Like kind of like I've got this and I'm balanced again. I'm not living in my head anymore. I'm moving from a positive heart space, and I've broken some sort of cycle and chain and habit and pattern, and I'm moving on and I'm moving forward. I definitely think for some of you, you've been dealing with some hardship on the home front, with romantic partnership, with family situations and children and all the things. And it's created so much imbalance and conflict and dissonance and just arguments and things like that. But I feel like you are more safe and protected in the situation than you think. If you start to get divine inspiration, or just inspiration, creative ideas, or solutions start coming to you, even if you can't see how, please lean into them, because I feel like they're coming for you on purpose. They are divinely orchestrated. But if you're not centered and we're stuck in emotions of what's been, and we're in a loop of that anger and frustration, we may miss them. But you've got big opportunities showing up for you very soon, message 3. And it's just about trusting that magic. Like it's happening for you. But there is this heads up, I think, from Spirit to not spend too much time overthinking what shows up for you, and whether you should actually lean into the solutions that are going to show up for you in the way forward. Don't spend too much time contemplating lest you miss the opportunity. Yeah. Because I think that you're naturally an intuitive person, but you haven't been feeling like that because you're dealing with a lot of hard and heavy things. All right. Let's see. We've got Rat. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. Gabriel is very connected to that fire energy that's showing up here with the 2 of Wands, but that here's been in the Knight of Wands, actually, where here's the idea, here's the inspiration, here's the solution. Keep that in mind, and it also connected to communication. So you may even start to receive some sort of communication or divine download from this particular angel. It says, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Rat energy too. Everyone always goes, oh my God, rat, scary, ew. Actually, they are super resilient. They've been around since the beginning of time. They can survive anything that's thrown their way. They can move through it, and they live to tell the story. Essentially, that rat energy is so adaptable, so resourceful, and so resilient. They survive everything that's ever wiped out humanity over the millennia, right? And you are capable of that too. You are more resilient than you think, more adaptable than you think, more capable. And it is time to lean back into this belief about yourself. And as long as you're being true to yourself and you don't settle for less than what you know you're capable of what you deserve, you have that reward waiting for you, right? Ships coming in, a way forward where you feel safe again and like very, very much connected back into that soul self, the powers that you are, that bear energy. Yes. Goat. Act from innate wisdom. Archangel, oh gosh, Pearl, I can't even read that. And Pan, God of nature. So that's like fire energy, Aries energy. Also Aquarius, right? Sea goat. It's very mentally strong and sound, which really connects to that red energy really well too, with like to be true to yourself. And then once you have connected in and received this opportunity, this wisdom, this discernment, this understanding, way forward, solution, all those key words, it's time to act on it. And I think, like you want to be like, you are the goat. Maybe you've forgotten about yourself. You are the greatest of all time. You are very capable. You are just as resilient, adaptable, and have a strong survivor's mentality to overcome anything. But I feel like there's a big disconnect from that part of yourself from your message 3s. Yes. Don't sit on any opportunities. Don't take too much time to overthink it and contemplate it. Be careful with your words right now. Don't pick a fight for the sake of, well, whatever the reason is. Sometimes it's better to just stay silent than to lean into argumentative energy and blow a situation up and make it worse. Something to be mindful of, because there is emotional fulfillment on its way. There is divine orchestration happening in the heavens for you, trying to get things all lined up to bring you a way through and forward so that you can feel more safe and secure again. But there is this little heads up that you may miss it or overthink it and cause the situation to pass you by, the opportunities. So a lot of trust needed here, right? Trusting in that magic. Okay. I am going to pull one final card here for you guys. I really feel like this showed up for all of you that chose message 3 to let you know that everything is really going to be okay, that things are coming into a time of shift and synchronicity. It just matters. It's just a matter, rather, of you lining up to it, trusting it. Fake it till you make it. Even if you can't fully trust or believe it, push it to the side and choose to affirm all the things that you want rather than all the things that you fear moving forward. And maybe even make a little bit of time to reconnect to your intuitive self, right? Because that's showing up here a lot, right? Awaken your intuition and act from your innate wisdom. I feel like those pieces have been blocked because of fear and strife and frustration on the home front, which makes absolute sense. And that energy of don't settle keeps coming to me too, right? With that, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Absolutely. Look at that. Be true to yourself. And then we've got authentic, and it's penguin energy. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations and just be yourself. Wow, this is such a strong message for you guys. Where have you lost some of yourself? Where are you fragmented as a soul? Where have you depleted the pieces of you that are the most needed right now and given them away to your own detriment, maybe because of somebody else or for somebody else, for their vision, their dream, their desires? It's time to bring this back into equilibrium. You have got a ton of bird energy here too. I highly recommend looking up the symbolism and the traits of all these animals, because they are going to probably be speaking to you, crossing your path in some way. It doesn't have to be literally. It could be in artwork, on television, in other tarot videos, in a multitude of ways. Pay attention to your thoughts and vibes when they do cross your path, because their particular gifts and traits and strengths are what you may need in those moments that you see them. There's a lot of bird energy here, though, right? We've got penguin, white raven, parrot up there as well. And then we've got those chickadees that are on the bear card. I feel like a massive healing is going to show up for you, an opportunity. And it's about being ready for them and making sure that you are in your authentic self, that you've healed out some of this emotional wounding, and that you don't lean into argumentative fight, conflict energy. I feel like you've been in that, and it's just time to remove yourself from it. Yes. And as it says, it's time to release yourself from the expectations of others and what they expect of you. I do feel like you've carried a heavy load, and you've been the one to bear the burden, bearing the cross kind of energy, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it's no longer viable for you. And it is time to lean in on family members, friends, those that you trust. Get that support that you need, that you've been missing, so you can get yourself back to balance and say yes to the new shift that's going to be showing up for you guys. And it looks like a mom and a dad again there with like little ones over here. There's definitely a family dynamic situation going on for you that's feeling really insecure and unstable. I want to just give my message 3 choosers a big hug, because I feel like this is some hard energy, but I feel like the biggest thing that you should take away from this is you absolutely are being helped and guided, even if it doesn't feel like it. Lean in on those around you that you trust, who are loyal to you, who will support you, and clear this heavier stuff out. And you've got a turn of events that are going to happen. Trusting spirit, calling them to surround you right now, to let you, to I even ask, say, let me know that you're around me right now and that you're supporting me and that you're guiding me and that I am safe and protected. Give me signs, maybe through any of these animals as well. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. So you chose the image of the horse. I've already shuffled and pulled the cards, so that's why we chose the horse image, because the horse came out for you guys, but we will read it together. Horse and freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. That's awesome. You know what I find really interesting, and this is a general reading, so this may not resonate with all of you. However, usually I have found that this card shows up for those that might be going through some bumps in the road. Like they've kind of having to navigate harder energy, stormy energy, troubleshoot a lot. And it's sort of like, how bad do you want the things that you've said that you want? Are you willing to move through the storm and navigate the harder parts of it to get to the other side? It's sort of like a test of our resilience and our strength and our faith and what it is that we're doing in order to get to that freedom we desire. I feel like that's a part of the equation here for some of you. I think that you are likely a free spirit, not somebody who would or who has thus far appreciated the energy of having to work that 9 to 5, that societal expectation of, this is the way that you do things. You work a 9 to 5, you work to a certain age, you get a pension, and then that's just the way that it is. I feel like you might be a bit of a rule breaker rather than a rule follower, somebody who wants to be more of a free spirit, especially if you haven't been up to now. You might be awakening to this aspect of yourself. And this is saying a greater purpose calls you. It almost feels like breaking the chains of societal norms, finally feeling ready to do that, being called to do it, a really strong an urge pulling you towards your higher calling, towards your spiritual purpose on this earth plane. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And if this is not something that you've embraced or leaned into or started, this is the confirmation that this is what you're being asked of right now, to embrace your free-spirited side, that horse energy, the ability to move through all the different things that come at you and still keep going with faith and trust that you are going to end up exactly where you were always meant to be. And this says you have unlimited reserves too. Like, I think that you might be stronger than you realize you are. Either way, horse energy very much speaking to you guys right now. Pay attention to when horses cross your path, whether you see them physically, in artwork, online, on television. They are speaking to you right now. They are guiding you. Even maybe look up the symbolism. Oh gosh, this is some bad shuffling. Look up the symbolism of them and the strengths and the traits that they bring, because they are likely strengths and traits that you naturally have that may not be embodying right now. But yes, you're definitely being led to more freedom, to your soul's purpose, passion, to you're being asked to listen to the call of that more wild side of yourself, that wild spirit, free spirit. Embracing that horse energy. Now we've got Coyote Spirit, and it's coming on the side of challenge, and it says, trust in divine detours. Aha, that's that hardship energy I was talking about. Like, if you're trying to do something, navigate something, you're moving towards that freedom energy, but you're hitting some blocks, some obstacles. That's normal, and I really don't feel like it's meant to stop you or propel you backwards. It's going to eventually, if we keep going with faith and trust, and we gather the strength in us to navigate the hard things and keep going through it, it's sort of like we pass this test almost, right, of our resilience and our strength and our ability to adapt and move through hardship and become stronger as a result of it. It feels like that. Trust in divine detours. So if you were going through a divine detour right now, things not going according to plan, feeling a little bit frustrated, feeling like I didn't see that coming and this is exhausting, and do not quit, do not give up. I feel like that's a huge message here for many of you. If you're being detour to something different. If there are some issues, if you're having to navigate and go back over things and maybe restart or retry, there's a positive reason for it, even though it doesn't feel like it right now, even though it's probably very frustrating. And you've also got that coyote energy showing up for you as well. Coyotes are also very, very adaptable. Much like, that horse energy of freedom, they are also always seeking new avenues, so really open to new ways forward. So embodying that coyote energy of being like, I'm going to go this way and see if there's a food source there, even though I've never gone down that path. This is what I'm trying to say. So being adaptable, being open to new things, new ideas, new ways forward. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Time to let go. So with groundhog spirit showing up for you, and it's a direct message, right? From the spiritual realm, from the animal kingdom, it's time to let go. What are you holding on to that is creating less freedom in your life, where you're not trusting in divine detours and maybe digging your heels in on something that isn't meant to develop the way that you had maybe originally thought? And it's time to put a new spin, a new perspective on it, and embrace a new way, a new path forward. There's something too about groundhogs, right? Being under the ground in the dark. You might feel like you're a bit in the dark right now, like a little blocked. I don't know what to do. I can't see the forest through the trees. Feeling intuitively disconnected maybe as well. Because I keep getting this visual of being underground, feeling like I can't see clearly. But I think there's a message here that it's time to let go of a particular idea or thought that you had around how something should look or go, and be open to these divine detours, because it's going to ultimately lead you to freedom. As this is saying, you have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change. These divine detours, be open to them. It's time to let go of one way of that you thought of doing something and be open to a new way, because it's going to bring that desire you have for freedom. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Let's pull some tarot cards here for you guys. I'm noticing the number 31 there. That could be significant. It could be something to do with the 31st. In numerology, it reduces down to a 4, which is something with strength and stability and bringing in security and stability in some way to something. I feel like that's a part of the equation here. But 31 is a number that I feel like many of you should pay attention to. And the 16 over here maybe as well reduces to a 7, which is a very spiritual number, that divine detour energy. Okay, the moon. Five of Swords. The Devil. Wow, a lot of the same tarot cards are showing up for each of these messages, and I'm shuffling them. The Lovers in reverse. Okay, Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, Page of Cups upright. Like to see that as an outcome card here. All right. Message 4. Definitely there is something you can't see. There is a disconnect from your intuition with the Moon card showing up under the Trust in Divine Detours, along with the Five of Swords, with conflict, frustration, not having the answers, not seeing how to get to the other side of what's tripping things up, causing delays, creating potential problems in what you're trying to do, create a change, where it's just not working out because there's something you haven't been able to see. There's something that you haven't been able to let go of in order to see this new way forward, this new thing, and embrace it, right? And understand and trust that it's actually going to lead to that freedom that you desire. This is where you've been, right? So there, again, I kind of come back into that energy of a little bit of stubbornness and digging your heels in on something, maybe with a little bit of fear of creating some sort of shift or change because of what it might mean, like the work involved and the frustration around that. But I really feel like it's probably the best idea for you guys moving forward Now, at the root of all of this, at the center of this, a lot of disconnect, emotional disconnect and dissonance in connection and relationship. This could be in a work environment, but it could also, very likely is for many of you, in romantic partnership. I like to see the devil in reverse because it suggests breaking a cycle and a pattern in said connection relationship that's not working. Moving away from addictive behaviors. And sometimes those addictive behaviors, especially in our connections and partnerships, is sitting on a particular anger or idea, and we're not willing to let it go, and we hold on to that perspective, and it creates this pattern. That's a part of the equation, I think, here for some of you. And it is time to free yourself from the thing that has you chained up in this lover's energy, right? Because we have the lover's energy upside down as well under that freedom. There's something here in your connection, your partnership, the way that you're showing up that is keeping you chained and keeping your situation stuck and idle, where you're not feeling that sense of freedom. I do think, though, with that devil in reverse, that some sort of idea, equation, opportunity, spiritual roadmap. I don't know why I'm thinking of it like that, but like something's coming down or through that can help you to break free from this harder energy that is causing you to feel very stuck, like you can't move forward, to help you actually let go, because you're definitely feeling anything but victorious right now, right? Six of Wands, like this, we're feeling victorious. We feel like we've got solutions. We figured it out, but we haven't, right? We're still stuck here, and it's creating this lack of freedom, a big disconnect. We're not trusting in the divine detours. We're digging our heels in a little bit, right? Which I totally understand, especially when we put a lot of effort into something, whether it's a connection or a situation, and we just don't want to have to start all over again. But this is saying that your heart is pure and free, and you have a greater purpose, and you have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. And it's good for you to be following the winds of change right now and be more open to that, because you will accomplish something. You will get to the other side where this turns around for you. Your victory, you receive a victory, your ships come in, because there's an emotional offering in the outcome here for if we let go of this hardship, this frustration, what's not working, where there's conflict, where our intuition is blocked, where we're not open to a new way forward or a redo of some sort. Page of Cups. So here we go. Here's a new offering for you. And pages are also connected to messages. So subtle messages. This energy of the spiritual map or something of that nature keeps showing up in my mind's eye for you. I feel like that's what's coming for you. There's going to be messages. It may be subtle. It's an offering. It's an opportunity. It's a way forward to more emotional balance and connection and peace again, where you're reconnected to your intuition. You're trusting yourself again. You're getting back on track because we would let go of something and allowed a new thing in. Hopefully that's making sense. I don't know why I'm keep getting stuck on this imagery of this like spiritual map in my head. I just think that maybe spirit through the animal kingdom is really trying to guide you right now about how to navigate these divine detours. Like it's happening for you, not to you. It's one of those energies of blessings in disguise. It feels not great right now. It feels frustrating and just exhausting, but it's for a reason. We've got hyena, dare to be different, Archangel Jovial. Hyena energy, very, very similar to that coyote energy, right? Like, because they can often hunt in packs. They're willing to go far distances and go off the beaten path of their terrain, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe. In order to seek what they're looking for, to find what they need, I feel like that's part of the equation. But as it says, dare to be different. You don't have to fall in line. You don't have to do it the way that everybody else has always done it. I actually think thinking outside of the box and, again, widening that perspective and letting go of a particular thought, idea, or way of doing it is ultimately what catapults you into success and victory and fulfillment. So don't box up your thoughts, your ideas, your uniqueness, or your quirkiness. It's needed in your situation. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Okay, camel energy. Be forbearing and patient. It's Archangel Jophiel again. So I also think maybe some of you should call in Archangel Jophiel's energy. Look them up. What kind of energy they offer, what they bring to the table, how they help you. Call them in for their guidance and their traits and their strengths to help you at this time. Because this is saying be forbearing and patient. This is preparation, getting ready to move through these obstacles and this harder energy, being ready to pivot and being patient through it as you build this situation into something much better and stronger, right? And I do think a lot of you are going to have to start here with this connective energy, the lovers in reverse and the devil. That's really creating a lot of disconnect with freedom and moving forward and change. All right. Let me pull their card here for you guys. You know, I almost wonder if some of you, because this is general, okay, so this is definitely not going to resonate with all of you, but I get the feeling that maybe some of you are working with a partner and there's this like spillover effect in what you're trying to do in a work environment, and it spills over into in the home environment, and it's just sort of created a lot of problems and disconnect. And one of you has one way of seeing the situation, the other has the other. And meanwhile, the feeling I'm getting from spirit is that you're both right and you're both wrong, like this and that are true, but they're all together. If you put it all together, there's a better way forward. For both of you that neither of you have touched into or tapped into as of yet, like a third option. Obviously, that's not going to be for all of you. But this can also be true if you don't work with a partner and it's just in a work environment or it's in a home environment where there's that third option that has not been noticed, understood, tapped into just yet, right? But it's that third option that leads you to freedom. Visionary. You're really being asked to look outside the box, think outside the box, dare to be different and do things different. I definitely think that if some of you are creating something like a work environment, a new thing, an entrepreneurial thing, anything that's new, and you're hitting walls, it's because there's more authenticity needed, there's more creativity needed, and I think you have it. Message 4, you have the ideas, the answers. Maybe there's some fear in bringing it forward because it is out of left field, but really lean into that right now. It's needed. Trust yourself. Giraffe and visionary. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Love that message for you guys. Giraffes are very, very linked into third eye energy too, being able to see clairvoyantly. Like you receive images in your mind that you should trust. They're showing up for you for a reason. It's like that map energy again that I keep going back to. Maybe that's it that I've been missing. Some of you have actual visions coming to your mind, snapshots that you see. Maybe if we did this, maybe if I do this. And I think that you're right. It's about trusting that. You have this ability. You are a visionary. But all of these animals right now, message 4, are speaking to you. They're all guiding you in some way. So if they cross your path by way of artwork, online, on TV, in other tarot videos, in actual real life, pay attention. And maybe even give yourself over to some time to research their strengths and what they bring and what they're capable of, because these are likely messages for you of what you may need to lean into at this time and pull down from them. Okay. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. And I really just want you to know that even if you're going through hard things and you have to pivot and you have to go in a different direction, utilize your authenticity, your creativity, your ideas, trust them and believe them and lean on them, because I really feel it's going to lead you to ultimate freedom in your life. And find a way to move out of this conflict energy and find some resolution, because there's some sort of emotional offering, fulfilling offering, and it could come through subtly. And so you're going to want to be ready for that. All right. I really am going to leave that there. I hope you all have a great day. Take care, guys.